name is Alyssa.
And I'm Emily, and you're listening to Slash&Slay, a horror podcast.
It's once again the season of love.
Love. I love you.
I love you.
Alyssa, will you be my Valentine?
I will be your Valentine. Will you be my Valentine?
I will be your Valentine.
Did you like that anticipation?
I was like, what is she going to ask me? What could she possibly want to ask me?
I was actually trying to think of something like clever, like funny, but I couldn't think quick enough. So,
well, I will be your Valentine.
Thank you.
I actually love, I used to not really care about Valentine's Day, but now I just love it. I just like I think I like more of the reclaiming, of like the pinks and the hearts and the cutes. And I mean, I love pink and red together. I think it is absolutely adorable. And I think it's really fun. We have our fun little traditions, and I think it's fun and cute and sweet.
It's cute.
Yeah.
This is technically my second Valentine's with my person.
Your boo.
And
see what I did there?
Yeah, it did.
Brought in some Usher.
I love that. That's throwback. Do
you know what? Until yesterday, I had only heard 2 Usher songs in my life, I think.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like, low-key, me too.
Yeah, I of course I know Usher. Duh. I could pick him out in a crowd.
Right.
But
song-wise?
Mm-mm. I was really hoping Justin would come on. Just saying.
Well.
He didn't.
Spoilers
for the Super Bowl.
You haven't watched that.
Anyway, what are y'all going to do for Valentine's?
Honestly, I think I'm going
Please be honest.
I'm going to my parents.
That'll be fun.
He has to work. So.
Probably
won't do anything until this weekend.
Yeah.
If we do anything.
We did go out this weekend. I went with my sister for her birthday, and it was kind of crazy. So yeah, I think most people would celebrate the week after.
Right.
So I think it's going to be even
all
more
the craziness.
Yeah. But I think we're going to see Lisa Frankenstein, actually.
Ooh.
So you'll have to watch it too.
I know. It looks fun.
Yeah. So I think we're going to do that. And just a chill Wednesday night. Next year it'll be on a Friday because leap year.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yep. Anyway, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Last year we talked about zombie rom-coms, which have a surprising amount of zombie rom-coms.
I think we talked about 4 of them.
Yeah, there was a lot. And this year we're moving on to another mythical? No.
Monster?
Yes. Monster. We're going to talk about vampire romances.
Vampire romances.
I want to kiss your face.
I want to bite you in the neck.
Ooh. That's pretty good. That's pretty.
We've talked in length about vampires, I feel like.
Oh yes, we all know that we love vampires. Now there's not very many vampire rom-coms.
I wouldn't say.
I don't think there's any hardly.
They need some.
Yeah,
they really need some.
Yeah, I think vampires are taken very seriously.
Yeah,
zombies aren't.
Up.
Yeah, we
need to lighten up on the vampires.
Lighten up on the vampires. Get more serious on the zombies.
Right.
Duh. But I think we're going to talk about 3 each. Our 3 favorite romance. I think we broadened it a little bit, so you don't necessarily have to do.
Well, mine are all
rom-com.
Horror.
Oh, yours are all horror.
Mine are all horror. Mine are all horror vampire movies with romantic elements.
Okay, mine are all. One of mine's a children's movie, so.
Okay. Cute.
There's romance, so it's cute. Anyway, do you have any slash and slays before we get into it?
I'm still reading that paleontologist book.
Okay.
So I can't say for sure yet. It seems like I don't like it because I'm reading it so slow.
No, you're a busy gal.
I'm a busy gal now.
Yes.
And I have books to read, so
books to read, and we don't have time for leisure reading all the time.
not currently.
No.
So, I watched a movie. I watched The Oregon Trail. Oregon spelled
Organ.
like an organ in your body.
Like Operation.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds nasty.
It was interesting. It was, it was like a Western horror.
Ooh. Because Oregon Trail.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's about this family who's going down the Oregon Trail, and it's like, mom, dad, sister, brother. And they come across this campsite, and all these people have been like mutilated, essentially.
Ooh. And their
Throats
organs are out.
Organs out. They find this woman who's been like nails through her hands, like up on a tree.
Ooh.
And they take her back and they heal her and they help her. And then some bad guys come and
they try to organ them too.
They do successfully organ them.
Ooh.
All of them but the sister.
Final girl.
Mm-hmm. Got a final Western girl.
Yeah.
So it's like her survival.
That's rough.
So,
but sounds interesting.
It was.
Any big names?
No.
When was it made?
None. 2023. It's
okay.
Recent. It's pretty recent.
What was it on?
It was on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
So, if anyone...
Are you logged onto my Paramount Plus?
I'm not.
Okay. I have like a few people on my... If you're listening, Paramount, no, you're not.
You didn't hear
You didn't hear this. I have a few people on there because I think it was streaming the Grammys.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I'm like, who is on it now?
Yeah.
I don't know. But
it's not
anyway.
me.
You can if you want.
All right. Give me those digits.
I watched the Scream Unseen at AMC where they show a secret horror movie. Did I talk about this last time?
You told me you were going to it.
Okay, yes. So we did see it.
What
and
was it?
It was Out of Darkness. Have you heard of that?
Mm-mm.
I had not heard of it at all until I was in the theater. And it takes place 45,000 years ago.
45,000?
45,000 years ago.
Very specific.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just Neanderthals.
Okay.
They go to this land, this family. They're traveling together, and they have like
the Oregon Trail.
You're right.
But before.
But 45,000 years ago.
Yeah.
So they're going on this land. They're going on a journey, and they have this girl who's like a stray. Basically, they keep calling her stray, but she's like with them. And it's like a dad, his brother, his wife, and his wife is pregnant, and then his son, and an older older man, grandfather figure, and then the stray. And they're going around and they cannot find food. There's nothing will grow. They're starving, and they're like, okay, we just got to get to a cave. And so they're going, and they come across some strange things. And then all of a sudden the son gets taken and captured by something. You don't know what.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go into the woods, and they're haunted by this creature. And there's like, I don't know. It's so gross. There's some nasty parts. Anyway, something unexpected happens, and you're like, okay, I guess. It was not my favorite.
Yeah.
I think it didn't make sense a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think it had too much going on and also not enough substance at the same time.
Yeah.
So I think it needed to be fleshed out a little bit more. I think it was just trying to say something about humanity a little bit too much. But anyway, it was interesting.
So slash.
I definitely slash it. Now I did finish the Black Winter series.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, we haven't really talked about that. Well, we kind of did, but
kind of a little bit.
What do you think about that ending?
I guess the ending makes sense.
I mean,
but
it was a good, happy ending.
Yes, it was a happy ending, which I honestly did not think it was going to, because I'm like, how on earth, They're they're luckiest unlucky people ever. I don't know. I just like got really sick of it by the last half of the third book. Because I was like, oh my gosh, stop. Like, Claire, look at me, girl. Stop it. Like, it literally drove me insane. And I get the AB blood type and it can change, but I'm like, it's so strange when you have a consistent creature that you accept in a series and you're like, okay, these creatures do this.
Right.
Except for this one.
And maybe like she meant to imply that there were more people like that, because it was like she didn't get the full blast of it because she shut her door, but she shut her door too late, so she got some of the blast of it. But I just think the fact that she like reversed. Yeah, that was so like not. I was like, okay, then I thought that was unrealistic. And I was just thinking about like talking about the gore. Like the gore. Yeah. The amount of gore that would be that I feel like that house would not be livable. No. With all that gore. They're like, just hose it down and slide it out. No. Also, I was so pissed. I don't like to say pissed, but I was pissed that when they got there, they were like, oh, man, we've been here for 5 weeks. We were so bored. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. You're alive and thriving. You have a garden. Yeah. You live in a mansion and it's clean and like your sister's alive. Like, can you chill out for 5 seconds? Well, I guess there's, they needed more people. Bored. Okay, bored, but just like give it a rest. Like, wait a minute. Right. Like, let some time die down for sure. And I was like, you don't have a way to leave, so you're going to have to just wait for the snow. I'm sorry. Yeah. They didn't have to. Spoilers. And they literally never mentioned like being married ever again. He like says one thing about his wife and I'm like, who? Oh, Claire, right. Yeah. Right. Like, what? And like I said, no, they never get it on, I guess. Never. One time I thought, finally. I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But no. I was so mad. But I still do really like I just love Doran, I think. Yeah. I like Doran way more than Claire. Also, it was just very kind of annoying to... Don't get me wrong, guys. Like, I slayed these books. Like, I really did enjoy them. But the last, like, book and a half was just a little redundant. Because especially since the last book, you end up pretty much exactly where you were from the first one. So you're just like, why did we do all this? It's the exact same battle that was at the end of the first one. The same battle, same against all odds. Yeah. In a sense... She basically started the book and ended the book the exact same. So little redundant, but I do slay it though. Yeah. Too. Yeah. It kept me going. Oh, it really and I haven't read a series in a while. So that was like fun. Yes. I do want to read her new book. I did get From Below. That is going to be I got it on my Kindle, so now I can have it physically and on my Kindle. I really want to hear your thoughts about it. Okay, yeah. I'll do that one. I'll do that one next. Okay. I'm reading The Grapes of Wrath right now. Oh, fun. Oh, fun. Hey. We're trying to like book club it a little, so yeah. I have a big brain book and then I'll have my escapist book. Anyway. Should we get into the topic? We shall. Romantic vampires. Romantic or slightly romantic vampires. Okay. How about you go first this week? Okay. My first one is not a comedy, not a rom-com, but it is a sexy. Oh. It's not even necessarily romantic, but it is sure sexy. Oh. And that's Dracula. The one with Gary Oldman and Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder. I think it's 1992. Yeah. Have you seen that one? Oh, it's sexy. It sure is. It. Gary Oldman and Winona Ryder. Get it on. I mean, honestly, Dracula, if you've ever read it, is a very sexual book. Oh, yeah. So the whole thing with vampires being sexy it's just been like that since the beginning. And I mean, before Dracula, there was
the book Carmela, which was also really sexy, and it was actually like a lesbian vampire, and it was like a whole sexy thing. So it's always been that way. And so I think the 1992 Dracula is a very accurate depiction of the book. It follows the story pretty much. You're reading, or you're kind of looking through Winona Ryder's perspective, and she plays starts with an M.
Mirabelle.
Maybe
Maggie.
Let me see, guys.
Malala.
Let's see, Dracula. The only thing that I can't stand about this one is Keanu Reeves. Really? Absolutely awful in this movie. Mina. She plays Mina, which is, I don't think is a character in the book. I haven't read the book in a while, but I don't think she's a character, but she's playing like the main character. And some of these women around the village are like getting a little sick, and they're like, what's going on? That's weird. And Mina's fiance, who's Keanu Reeves, goes off to visit Count Dracula for some business ventures, and some weird stuff starts happening. He gets in an orgy, and he's like, what? And there's a whole bunch of girl vampires, and they're all sexy and everything. And then Dracula comes over and visits, and he's like not ugly, and he's all young, and he's like obsessed with Winona Ryder. And it just kind of goes from there. As one should be. So I think it's the catalyst for that also obsession hunter mind of a vampire, like kind of imprinting on one specific person, kind of like we see in, we promised we would not talk about Twilight in this one, by the way, but kind of like we see in Twilight.
I mean, you cannot mention it.
Right. We're just
we
not
have to mention Twilight.
Yeah, of course. We're just not focusing on lovely Edward, lovely Bella. But I think obviously you can see a lot of that even in a more mild film like Twilight, of that obsession with one person.
It's like imprinting, like wolves, but
yes.
What would that be called for? What do they say it's called? Something for vampires?
No, obsession. I don't know.
Your blood is like heroin.
Personal. I think like all of these. Well, no. There's just so many that are like that though, where that one vampire is just like, I love this girl, like I'm obsessed with her, you know. So I think that's also like everything is so similar in the vampire lore a lot of the time.
Just like werewolves. I mean, it's the same.
There's not that you can't get creative with them, because we've obviously seen some very creative vampire stories, but if you're going to do vampire romance, it's pretty easy to run with the obsession. Yeah.
The obsession aspect of it.
Yeah. So, the costume is beautiful. Everybody is so hot in the movie. Even Keanu Reeves, even though he's a horrible actor in that one. But he's, everyone's gorgeous. Gary Oldman, when he doesn't have his big old head on. Gorgeous. Winona Ryder, gorgeous. Costumes beautiful. Music beautiful.
Does it take place like back in time?
Also the filmmaking, I can't remember who the director is, but let's see. The director is nobody knows. Hello, why doesn't it say? No. Oh, Francis Ford Coppola. Oh yeah, Francis Ford Coppola. I knew that. Very good directing too. They have like some part where like a train goes by, and you can tell that they used like aspect ratio to make it like obviously a tiny train, but you're like, oh, it's a real train, you know, like it looks really cool and stuff like that. So I highly recommend it. Like romantic, if you want a more adult romance, it is rated
unlike
R.
Dorn and Claire.
Yes, this one they get down and dirty, and you see some titties, guys. You will see them. Yeah, I like it though.
Well, good.
Yeah, it doesn't make me too uncomfy.
Yeah, that's good.
It's just like you know what to expect with a vampire.
Right.
All right.
Vampire orgies.
Yes.
All right. My next one is Fright Night.
Fright Night.
Fright Night. This is a remake of a 1980s movie, but I think it was like 2011 came out. It has Colin Powell.
You're talking about Glenn Powell?
Colin Farrell.
Imagine Colin Farrell and Glenn Powell have a baby.
It would be
beautiful.
Too much.
Too beautiful to look at.
Colin Farrell, Anton Yalovic or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the Star Trek, like the new Star Trek movies.
Oh, okay.
And he passed away, not recently. It's been several years, but he was like really young when he passed away. But he plays like the main character Charlie, and then there's rude.
Hello.
And then there's his girlfriend, played by Imogen Poots.
Mm-hmm.
And then Toni Collette is also in this. And she is
anytime she's
his mother.
Okay.
So basically this new guy moves into this neighborhood and moves next door to Charlie and his mother. And he's kind of a strange guy, but he's like a very good looking guy who all the women, single moms in the neighborhood are like,
yes, scouting out.
And his mom's a single mom, and the neighbor kind of sets his sights a little bit on his mom.
When did this come out?
2011.
Okay. I feel like I remember the commercials for this.
You probably do.
Yeah.
And I think I've talked about it before.
I think
I've mentioned it before.
Yeah.
And Charlie's friend, it suspects that this guy is a vampire. Oh, David Tennant's also in this too.
David Tennant?
Yes.
He makes me giggle and kick my feet.
And so Charlie also begins to suspect that he's a vampire. There's been like missing people going missing in the town.
It's giving
and
vampire book club, whatever it's called.
It is. It really is. It's just like from the teenager's perspective.
Gotcha.
So Charlie like breaks into his house and finds his like lair, like underground, where he's been keeping like people locked up, and he's like feeding on them, and he's turning them into vampires. And so him and his girlfriend are trying to like defeat him, and there's an element of love in it with him. Like his girlfriend is like, what's gonna happen to her? She's gonna get captured. So he has to like save her and
from the evil vampire.
And yeah,
that's cute though.
It's very cute. It's just that it's a very just like fun.
Yeah.
There's not like a whole lot to it. It's very straightforward. But every time I've watched it, I'm like, oh, this is just like a solid
vampire movie.
It's a solid vampire movie.
I love that.
And you got some good horror actors. Toni Collette.
Yeah. She plays the mom.
Mm-hmm.
She's mother.
She is mom. She is very mom.
That's what I thought you were saying. Like she's mother. Like.
Oh.
She's mother.
She is
mother's
mother,
mothering.
But she's also the mother.
Okay.
She plays the
main
character's
yes, she's mother. She is mother, yes.
And then
Slay.
David Tennant plays like this magician who has like history with vampires. He's like this famous magician. And he's like, really eccentric, guy.
A weirdie.
Yeah, and he has all this like old vampire artifacts and like knows all this vampire lore and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So he comes
sussy.
Yes, but so he comes Charlie comes to Vegas to try to get him to help. So
okay.
she like has a lot of really good like characters.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like a good cast. Sounds like interesting characters that are kind of quintessential horror characters. Like, you gotta have the weirdo, you gotta have the vampire, you gotta have the teenager.
Yeah.
But they seem like a little different, you know?
Yeah. And I've never seen the 80s version of it.
Is it also vampire?
Mm-hmm. It's the same. It's like the same premise.
It's the same thing, just different time periods. Okay. I'll have to watch for David Tennant.
Yes.
We'll see.
Really.
Completely.
Just for him.
Absolutely just for him. Okay. Ready for my next one?
I am.
This one is a comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And it is called Vampire in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that?
No.
It's Eddie Murphy and Angela Bassett.
Really?
Yes.
I've never even heard of it.
I'll read the synopsis. It came out in 1995, rated R. And it is classified as a horror. I mean, it's more gory. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like a Ghostbuster-esque, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the synopsis here. In the wake of her mother's death in a mental institution, Detective Rita Vedder, I don't remember, Rita, that's Angela Bassett, is assigned to a baffling serial murder case. After examining the crime scene, a corpse-filled ship found adrift at sea, Rita meets Maximilian, Eddie Murphy, a smooth-talking Caribbean playboy determined to romance her. When Rita begins suffering from crippling hallucinations, she calls upon Dr. Zecco, an occultist who suspects a vampire is on the loose. So, we start off with the typical Dracula is crossing the ocean. It's Eddie Murphy, and he kills everybody in the ship. And then he meets his Renfield, basically, who's someone who lives in Brooklyn, and he's part of like a gang, and he's like starts eating bugs, but he's just so stereotypical Brooklyn character that you would see. And it's just such a funny juxtaposition because it seems like Eddie Murphy isn't really the huge amount of comedy in this. It's mostly like his sidekick and and their dynamic. And like, while Eddie Murphy's also being serious, it's like kind of silly because it's like he's a vampire in Brooklyn. Like, it's just a funny situation that he's in with this funny guy. And then everybody else is just dead serious. And like, it's kind of, you know, like, oh, like people are dying. Like, it gets kind of crazy. And this girl thinks obviously she's going crazy because her mom went crazy, and so she's like hallucinating. She's like, oh my gosh, a vampire, like I'm not seeing that, but she like actually is, you know. And this is, again, he's like obsessed with her and wants her so bad, and is determined to turn her into a vampire. And so they get up to some funny shenanigans,
some funny antics.
Yeah. And he does some you know, like very 90s comedy type things. It is pretty gory though.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard of this movie.
It was, I mean, it's so like silly and dumb, but it's still kind of funny because like I said, it's such a juxtaposition of having Eddie Murphy as a like, and he's trying to be like hot like a vampire, like, and then Angela Bassett is just straight. Yeah. And it's like all you can hear is like Donkey's voice. Yes. Yeah. Well, you've never seen Shrek, but well, I know it right now. But he also is doing like a Caribbean accent, you know? Yeah. So it's just like, yeah. I recommend it though. It's a good time. I think it would be a cute, like, you know, if you want a funny romance, a rom-com. If you want a rom-com with a little bit of gore in it. A little bit of gore. I think that's perfect. Yeah. It's exactly what we're going for. He can also shapeshift, which is funny too. And he like shape shifts into a pastor at one point. It's just hilarious, and he's like freaking out because he's a pastor. Yeah, it's just hilarious. He gets into some funny situations. So that's a good one. Yeah, it is a good one. I thought I want to change one of mine, but I'm kind of thinking it might be one that you have. Oh, what do you have? Just say it. Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire. Oh, you weren't going to use that one? Okay. Which we have talked about that. We have talked about that briefly. And I've watched it.
in our scared decoms that scared me.
Yes.
But it is it's a good little rom-com.
Yeah.
Except for, I mean, the romantic character of it turns out to be
not
bad.
So, yeah.
But, I mean, the title alone is just like cute. Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire.
It's more of the familial rom-com, I think. Because it is about the love you have for family.
And this little kid wanting to protect his mom and his little sister from this
very attractive vampire.
Yeah, so attractive. Wait, isn't he from The Nanny?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Mr. Sheffield?
Yeah, Mr. Sheffield. That's right.
When I was little, are you kidding me? Even now, but like when I was little, I'll be like, dang, Mr. Sheffield.
And he can shapeshift into a bat.
Yes.
And he flies into doors.
Yes.
And it scares me as a child.
It was scary. I can imagine it being scary as a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched it, last year? Yeah, last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dang, I could not have watched this as a kid. But it is sweet, funny situation.
Sweet, funny, classic, cheesy. I keep thinking there's a theme song with it, but I know there's not, because what I'm singing in my head,
My Date with the President's Daughter.
My Date with the President's Daughter.
Were we singing that the other day?
I think we might have been. I keep wanting to say My Date with a Vampire.
That works too.
I guess it works.
My date with a vampire. Oh yeah.
My date with him.
Oh him.
Or her. Or her. So many teeth. They hurt me. I think my husband's awake.
That was somebody outside.
Can hear him talking.
Ooh. I feel like I need to rewatch My Date with the President's Daughter in honor of an election year.
Yes, me too. It's so good.
I think I only saw it one time, but it's so iconic. I will never forget it.
It's I literally think we talked about this on an episode.
Yeah. Because
I feel like I remember mentioning the pink dress.
Yes, the pink dress.
Crushed velvet dress.
The ring, everything. Iconic. I just wanted that to happen to me.
You wanted to be the president's daughter? Or
I wanted her life. I wanted to be her.
There's so many classic movies about the president's daughter. Like Running Out. Chasing Liberty.
Oh.
With Mandy Moore.
Uh-huh.
What's that one with Katie Holmes?
Didn't they have one that was Harry-Kate and Ashley?
No, they were never the president's daughter.
That's when they went to Paris.
Passport to Paris,
which we watched at your bachelorette party.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
It was so fun. First Daughter. The Katie Holmes one. And I was obsessed with that movie because the guy in it who played like the guy who ended up being the security guard or the Secret Service, I thought he was the cutest thing. And I was like, the way they met was like so cute, even though it was all like kind of arranged. But
but still adorable.
Oh, and the way they like interacted. And then he turned out to be the freaking Secret Service. Ooh. Betrayed her, but it's kind of hot, you know.
Yeah.
I would have been fine with it.
I'd have been like, oh, thanks.
I would be like, you were protecting me.
I appreciate it. Should we make up a horror My Date with the President's Daughter?
We should.
Where there's a vampire.
It would be the president's daughter would have to be going on a date with a vampire. Mm-hmm. And the vampire's trying to infiltrate into the presidency to shapeshift into the president. But he has to be in the same room as him or something.
Okay, we'll work on it.
And then there's a Secret Service person that goes on the date with him, you know? Mm-hmm. And he's like really in love with the daughter.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So there's that romantic element there.
Yeah.
And then the vampire.
I like this.
Maybe
this should be our...
this could be our short story.
Yeah, our short story that we write.
Because I still have not even thought about it.
Hey, I started mine.
Did you? Mm-hmm. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. It's not that much. It's like a paragraph, but I still did it.
That's still something.
I'm not in a writing mood, but I need to get in one.
I'm not either. I haven't been in a
Slump. Maybe we should have a writing date soon.
Maybe.
Anyway.
What's your next one?
My next one is Hotel Transylvania.
I knew it. As soon as you said it was a kid's movie, I was like, I bet she's going to say Hotel Transylvania.
It's so cute. Adam Sandler is a very protective
Selena
dad.
Gomez.
It has Selena Gomez, Andy Samberg. Mm-hmm. Selena Gomez plays Adam Sandler's daughter, and she's turning 118. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I'm not a kid anymore. I want to go out and see the village. And he's like, okay, you can. And he sets up this whole thing to make it seem like humans are evil. So she's like, okay, I'll never leave again. Mm-hmm. Then Andy Samberg's character, who is a human, stumbles across this monster hotel, which is the Hotel Transylvania. And everyone's like, how did Dracula, Adam Sandler, mm-hmm. who runs the hotel, is like, we have to hide this. We can't let them know that he's not a monster. So he makes him pretend to be a monster. And then him and Maeve, who's Selena Gomez, fall in love. And then at the end, they realize that not all humans are bad, etc. And they fall in love, and they sing a song called You're My Zing, mm-hmm. because she always wanted to get her zing, mm-hmm. which is like your little spark of romance, like Drac and his late wife mm-hmm. had, who was killed by human mobsters. But they had a zing. And the song You're My Zing is so cute. And then Hotel Transylvania 2, they have a baby. It's so cute.
Is it half vampire, half human?
Mm-hmm. So cute. And then Drac has to be a grandpa. And I'm ashamed to say I haven't seen Hotel Transylvania 3. Big fan.
Believe that.
But I just think it's really cute. Like a
Sorry. Don't look at my crusty toes.
Don't touch my purse with your crusty toes. No, I'm kidding. I just think it's a cute story for little kids. It's not just the same regurgitated.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a talking dog. It's not a talking whatever. I think they're fun characters. I also think it's kind of like, I don't know. I think especially the adult characters in the hotel, like their dynamic is really cute because they're mm-hmm. like all lifelong best friends, and they always visit each other with their families, and like I think that's really cute too, and like the buddies. And I don't know, I think it really is a family movie. Mm-hmm. Like anybody in the family can enjoy it. And yeah, and I think the romance is cute.
I love that.
I think Johnny and Maybe are adorable.
I love that.
I love Hotel Transylvania.
I love that.
I love it. The Invisible Man is hilarious in it. Mm-hmm. Can you hear my mints? That scared me. It was my mints in my purse.
What do you think it was?
I don't know. A rat.
A little rat in my purse. A little rat in your purse.
It's not. It's not. What's your last one?
My last one is The Invitation.
Oh, that one that came out last year?
Mm-hmm.
Or 2022?
2022, yeah.
2022. The year of our Lord, 2022.
2022. Get it right, Emily.
Yes. I saw so many TikTok ads for that movie.
Yeah. And I didn't watch it because of that.
Yeah, me too.
Like, it was... and I didn't know anything going into it. Mm-hmm. I was like, something about, like, a wedding. Mm-hmm. That's all I knew. So, it's basically about this girl who gets, has this, she's like an orphan, I guess. She doesn't like have any family. Mm-hmm. I mean, she's older, but she doesn't have any family. And, this guy, reaches out to her and is like, hey, I'm like your long lost cousin or like something.
Red flag. Don't believe it.
And so he then like invites her to go to this wedding in this other like country. Mm-hmm. I don't remember where. And so she goes, and it's like this fancy, like, you know, fancy. And she meets the lord of the manor, and he's kind of like a snobbish people. Like, a lot of people are really snobbish and stuff. They're being snobbish towards her. And she hasn't met the bride yet. She keeps not meeting the bride. But they have like parties and stuff.
Interesting.
Her and the manor lord, they kind of connect, and they also, like, other weird things are happening behind the scenes, like maids are disappearing and stuff. But her and the lord connect, and they like have a little spark of something, and they do get it on.
Okay.
And she's like, oh, I'm like falling in love. Well, she finds out that he was watching her before. Like, he knew she was coming, and he had like
stalked her,
basically, like, looked into her and stuff. So she got mad about that. But then he was like, I needed to do that because I have a lot of money, and so she's like, fine, it's fine.
You have a lot of money, it's fine.
Right. And then it turns out, she goes to the wedding, right? Shows up at the wedding, but it turns out,
I have a feeling
the wedding was for her and the count, or the Lord Count. Maybe he's a count. That makes sense because he is
Count
Dracula.
That's scary.
And so she's supposed to be this
vampire bride who is going to be sacrificed once she becomes a vampire or something. I don't know. Or, because I was gonna say, like, if you're just gonna be a vampire, like, okay, and if you have a lot of money, okay.
Right? I know.
Don't sound so bad.
But I think they were gonna sacrifice her.
Okay, yeah.
As a human.
That's not good.
But she ends up becoming a vampire, and then destroys everybody.
Oh, so she does. It's kind of like Ready or Not.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
It is. There's a lot of like, it's similar to Fresh.
Okay.
Where you know that this guy is Bad News Bears, but like when they're kind of courting, like when they're kind of like getting that spark, you're like, ooh, ooh, it's so sweet.
You can't help but ship it.
You can't, even though you know
that it's not gonna end well.
Yeah.
Who are they? Are there any big names?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember.
Not really. It's pretty. I mean, I'm sure they've been in stuff, but it's no one like.
Is it like a continuation of something?
No.
I thought it was like in the Curse of La Llorona universe or something.
No.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Yeah.
It's not.
Okay. Did you like it more than you thought you would?
I did.
Okay.
And I think because I went into it literally not knowing anything.
No expectations
about it. Just knowing it was like some girl goes to this wedding.
Okay.
Like, and things get weird. Like, so I really didn't know anything, but just like, oh, okay. So even though, yes, things were predictable, I kind of got, like, I would kind of forget, like, that it's predictable, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I did enjoy it a lot more. I heard a lot of people hated it. Like, a lot of people in the horror world
they hated it.
I don't know. I think probably because it's predictable and whatever, but to me, I sometimes, like, when you just go into a movie completely blind,
sometimes it's better.
Yeah.
A lot of times, not so much, but
not always.
Not always.
Sometimes it does work out.
Yeah, I think I mean, I wish I wouldn't have seen so much about it because I might have been interested. Yeah. I mean, now I'm interested because I honestly didn't know the plot. I just was like, okay, I've seen so many TikTok commercials about it, but now that it's been a few years, maybe. Where was it streaming on?
Oh, Netflix, I think.
Netflix, okay.
I think it might still be on there.
Okay. Do you recommend it for like a Valentine's Day night?
With your boyfriend? No. I feel like you would hate it.
Oh. Well. Okay. Which one of the ones that you've talked about do you recommend for Valentine's night?
Fright night.
Fright night.
Or My Date with It.
Or
My Date with the President's Daughter.
My Date with the President's Daughter.
That's what I recommend.
Okay. I recommend If you want something like sexy, then
something where something will happen.
If you want something, then do Dracula. If you want to just cuddle and have a good time, then Vampire in Brooklyn. If you have children, Hotel Transylvania.
Perfect. Yours are like very dynamic for all the.
Yes. Or if you're single, watch Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah. Actually, if you're single, you can watch any of them.
Yeah, you can, of course. But if you really just want, a chill night in, Hotel Transylvania doesn't take much brain power. But I love all of them. I love vampires. I love romance. I love love. I love Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
Oh, will you be my Valentine?
Yes.
Because if you'll be, you surely see how happy I will be.
Yes.
I always think of that Valentine's Day. My little brother learned it in preschool.
You got to.
Got to.
I really want to listen back to last year and see if you sang that. I feel like
I probably did. Probably. I just love that song.
Someone go find out.
I'm sure they'll know. Our loyal fans.
I'm sure they won't. I thought you were saying, I'm sure they won't.
I'm sure they won't. No, I'm sure they will. We should have made some like Valentine's Day sweaters.
Oh yeah, that would have been cute.
Well,
I've been slacking in that department.
I know I have too. Mostly because I don't know how to do it, but I need to learn. I need to learn.
It's really easy.
Yes, I know it is. It's just a matter of sitting down and doing it, and I will do it.
It is a little tedious.
I will do it. Anyway, guys, I hope y'all have a wonderful Valentine's Day.
I hope y'all have a wonderful Valentine's Day.
Full of love.
You love each other and you love your loved ones and you love love.
I love giving my family little candies.
That's cute.
And I haven't gotten them candies this year yet, so I need to. I
wanted to get Jared like some little things, but I don't know when I'd be able to because I guess I could go during lunch, but
I know. I hate doing stuff during lunch. I know. I hate doing it.
Because he uses the car at night, so I don't have the car at night. And then I use the car. Well, I don't use the car during the day, but I work during the day. So.
Yeah. Maybe you can just go to that CVS near your house.
Yeah.
Bite the bullet.
But we're also getting off sugar.
Balance, babe. Balance.
No, I need to get it out of my life.
Forever?
Yeah, I think it makes my tummy hurt really bad.
Yeah, sugar does make my tummy hurt if I have too much.
I think if I just have a little sip of sugar, it makes my tummy hurt. So,
no more sugar.
No more sugar, no more gluten. I don't want my tummy to hurt anymore.
Yeah. It's hard. Well, now that we're sad about our tummies.
Now that I can't eat candy.
Yeah. There's, what are they? The Lily's gummies are really good. Lily's. I think they're like keto or something. I don't know. They're really good. Anyway.
Let's look into those.
That's what I'll have for Valentine's.
Good plan.
I don't know what we're going to have for dinner. He said he was going to plan. So we'll see.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
I hope it is Taco Bell. Kidding. Kidding. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a good Valentine's Day.
We hope that you have so much joy in your hearts for Valentine's Day.
Love.
And watch a romantic vampire movie. Love you guys.
Love you. Happy Valentine's. Bye.